Hey guys, so I'm back again with another video. I'm starting by, I baked for maybe like 2 minutes max. This is the longest I've ever baked with the Sasha Buttercup powder, so I'm wiping it off. And as you can see, it's a little more difficult than it usually is because I baked. I'm not a fan of baking just because I don't like the ashiness that it leaves. So I prefer to put it on and then take it right off. So now, this is my favorite palette, like my best purchase ever. I'm starting with my transition shade. You just go in your crease. It helps widen your eye, especially when you have hooded eyes. This color helps transition your eyeshadows, and it also makes your eyes, like it gives you like a deeper crease. So I'm blending that out. And you just go back and forth motions. And I also go to the outer part of my eye when I put in this shadow color, because I want to widen my eye. So I keep the darker colors on the outside of my lid. And now I'm just blending this out and making sure that it is seamless. And as you can see, I use circular motions, and then I'm going into my crease slightly. And that just helps blend out the entire look. And the darker color, as I said, towards the outer part of my eye widens my eye, and it gives less of that hooded effect. You just keep blending until you have all of your transition shade and then that outer darker pink color mixed together. So now I'm putting a pink on my lid. As you can see, the outer color and the lid color look kind of similar. So then I went and added another color. So now I'm just putting this pink on my lid. Just blending that out and making sure that it is nice and even. So now I went in and put a brighter color on my lid, just so that it could make my lid pop. And now I'm blending out the transition shade and that other color just so that it is blended smoothly. Now you're going to wipe away the excess. Now I'm using the e.l.f. Intense Ink eyeliner to go along my lid. Because I have hooded eyes, I do not make a thick upper lash line. You just need to go in right on the line. You don't need to make it too thick because then that takes away from your eyeshadow. And these are all ways to enhance the size of your lid and the way that your lid looks. And then you also want to elongate your wing so that it's going to the outer portion of your eye and just widening your eye. Because when you make your wing closer to the inside, it makes your eyes look smaller. Now I'm going to take this handy dandy e.l.f. makeup remover pen that I just discovered is marvelous for that extra portion that goes below the wing. You want to wipe that off with the pen and then take a blender and then just blend the foundation back. Now I'm using the Dose mascara. This is amazing. I just love the way it gets on each and every one of my lashes. You can see I'm like gliding. I'm using a gliding back and forth motion to get my lower lashes, and it just deepens and volumizes those. Now I use the Black Radiance Soft Focus Finishing Powder, and that just smooths my foundation, gets any harsh lines, smooths it away. Excuse my coughing. I must have got some into my nose or mouth. So I'm just smoothing out all of my lines. And as you can see, it's nice and smooth. Now I'm taking the e.l.f. Clear Brow Gel to just make sure all of my hairs are in place. And now my eyeshadow is blended. Make sure that each eye is as even as possible. I'm going in with the LA Colors Powder Contour Palette to deepen my face. I didn't use cream contour today, just as a quick beat. So I go into the hollow parts of your cheek just to sculpt your face out. I usually do the top part of my forehead just to make my forehead appear a little smaller. Now once again, I'm going into the other hollow part of my cheeks to carve up my face and give me my cheekbones back since the foundation took out the depth. Excuse my rollers, I'll take those out in a second. You just keep blending. This is an e.l.f. contour brush. It just blends smoothly. It leaves a nice finish so that your face still looks like skin, even with the numerous layers of powder and foundation. So I just carved out my nose so that I can make my bone structure a little more noticeable, and it makes your nose appear smaller. So that's the purpose of contouring. So now I'm blending out any harsh lines so that it still looks like skin. I use it back and forth type motion to blend everything out. And you just want to use a damp blender because that just blends the product a little easier. And as you can see, I'm not doing too much, just blending out where the harsh lines are and where I want it to smoothly match. Now I'm using the Wet n Wild Luminous highlighter palette. It does a pretty good job. As you can see, the highlights kind of faint. I use numerous layers. I kind of swipe over all of the colors in the palette and then just go on the high parts of my cheek to make the highlight pop. And it's buildable, so the more layers that you put on, the better that it comes out. You can see I do this numerous times. Now I put a little bit on my nose just so it can catch the light. Make a cute little button nose, cute little shiny button nose. As you can see, my contour is blended, so now I'm going to go ahead and put, this is a regular brown lip liner from the beauty supply store. I just line my lips, blend the line together, go back on your top portion of your lips, blend it together, and now I'm going to put the Wet n Wild Bareitall lipstick. This is a perfect nude for women of color. You don't want that ashy like white look. It leaves a nice pink look similar to lips, but it still gives a lipstick matte finish, and it's only about $1, $2 at Walgreens. So now this is the Wet n Wild also photo finishing spray. I love it. It's a good alternative to higher end finishing sprays, and it's a photo focus. So now I am done. Everything's nice and blended. I have a nice soft finish, no harsh lines. Thanks for watching.